Okay. It says daytime today. I'm James Lott Jr. So I'm going to talk about soap bloggers, soap podcasters mostly, and some soap press, but about the folks that who are who support the soaps. I saw a few days ago a fan get into it with a fellow soap podcaster, soap commentator. Um, he's part of a show. He creates co-creator and part of a show that's out there that puts out um like me, like recaps, most whatever. And that person's used some language. I'm gonna give them full attention, but they some kind of they were just like, well, you're just a sub podcaster, or you're just soap that's like just a. And I'm like, wait a minute. When I saw that, I felt like I got hit in the crossfire somewhere. I was like, I need to talk about us who literally keep the soap conversations going out there. So, and by the way, he defended himself the way he defended himself. Um, and the way he defended himself, I may have not done it that way exactly. I would have done it more of because I mean, some people do this as a hobby, and some people do this, and some of us do it as a job. We actually get paid. And we do this as a job. Um, but I would have been like, it don't matter if I do it as a hobby or not. It's still important. So I want to support him, his chat. I want to support everybody, whether we get along or not, or we agree or not, it matter. Soap bloggers, soap press, and soap podcasters, reaction shows, recap shows. We are just as important as any fan out there. In some cases, we're the conduit between the fans and the shows. Some of us get guests on our shows, and have that whole discussion. But but you want to say if you don't get guests on your shows, that still doesn't matter. You're still part of the conversation. They have followings. Every soap podcast, every soap blog has a whole different feel, right? We're all pretty different. While I don't see competition, I never have, and I've always invited other soap podcasters on my shows, which I've done over the years. The receipts are out there. I've had other people on my shows. And we've talked about together because the audience is big. There's a large audience out there who talks about soaps 24/7. They do 24/7. And every person, every group, every show has a different take. Um, but either way, we're helping keeping the conversation going. The networks need to understand that, especially they need to appreciate us. Some of us, we really do put work into our shows. Yes, I know anybody can do a podcast. I get it. I get that. Anybody can get together and record off their phone, wherever, and do a podcast. But there are many of us. It's work to do a podcast, to do a good podcast. It does take work. It takes some talent. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know what you're talking about. You should make sure your facts are good. That too. What kind of podcast you want to be. All that we all think about this. We all have to create that. Many of us have logos we created and to get our stuff onto platforms so that people can listen to them. All that's work. Maintaining a blogging website, that's work. Being up to date on all the soap news for soap press, that's work. Even gossip, that's work. We are part of the industry. We are a vital part of the industry. And a lot of times we get shat on and pushed around and talked about. But no, we may not be on the show. We may not be the star of the shows that we're talking about. But we are important parts. We're a component of what this whole community is about. And I'm telling you, and you guys know this, all you guys know this. A good discussion, it's fun. 10 years ago, I didn't know what recaps were or after shows. They weren't really popular yet. AfterBuzz TV is one of the first to start that, and I was a part of that. But when I was told to come on to Days of Our Lives after, I was like, I don't know what that is. And when they told me it was like Friends, visiting each other, talking about the shows they like, or talking about the show they like, the show, talking about what they like or didn't like, when they're having discussions. And I was like, I like that. I like that whole that style. And there's so many out there, from the chats to 10th Floor GH to Edition Days, all my shows, of course. Pier 54, GH Sunday Shift, my guy, I'm at Bostic's talking, DC Some Sanctuary. There's just so many out there who are doing their thing. Brock TV. There are people out there doing their stuff. One Beautiful Podcast. I mean, there are people out there who really think about this stuff. There's Soap Hub and Michael Fairman. What is it called? Soap Central, Buzzcast. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who are they do the work. They go to the events. A lot of times we got to pay for them ourselves. Go to events, get approval to talk to people, get pictures, whatever it is. We're here trying to serve you out there and serve the networks. Keep the conversation going. If nobody's talking about a soap opera, then you got to talk about it. So folks should say. I get that sometimes we're treated like we're not that important, but I support you. I want you to know that now. Anybody who's doing podcasts, everything, and blogging, whatever, I support you. You're part of this industry, and we're just as important as any other part of the industry. And many of the stars and the stars, the writers, producers, PR folks, they trust many of us, and they give us their talent to help their shows get more exposure, to keep those ratings up. And we have some publications that I've either closed down. I miss my Soap Opera Weekly. I miss it. Or have got rid of print, and now they're doing strictly just online. I miss the print sometimes, but that's just the times. There are others who stop because the fan bases are just too crazy, or they stop because they don't feel like they get the love from the networks. There are a lot of things that go on, So I'm just want to show my support for all the folks out there. A coughing fit all of a sudden. It's the man trying to keep me down. I'm gonna finish this goddamn sentence. And for me, I said I had no idea what these things were beforehand. I love them. I love doing them. I love being a commentator. It's gotten me a lot of attention. It's gotten me a lot of hate, a lot of love, all the way around. And I'm sure other podcasters can totally relate to this. They can totally relate to this. I know they can. But for me, it's fun. I have my co-host, the show that I do myself. That part is fun, talking it with them. I want to continue. The fans that do show up, like for my lives on Sundays, we love it. You show up for us and we laugh, and we talk, and we disagree sometimes, but that's kind of the whole point of it, right? In these crazy times, and there's crazy times online too, I wish we could all just come together on some level. I know it sounds very kumbaya, let's hold hands and braid each other's hair, but I wish somebody would braid my hair. That's kind of crazy. But I just mean, at some point, we don't have many soaps left. Not really. Not really, not that many. And all the soaps need a little help, obviously, and you guys agree with that too. And each of us has our role. Some of us are major disruptors. Some of us like to be kind and considerate. Some of us like to be just light and airy. Some are really serious. They break it down. We're all part of it. So I just wish we'd all just kind of come together to say, okay, let's really protect this genre that we love. That to me it's part of Americana. It just is. Protect this genre, and let's continue to nurture it, demand what we demand from it, but in ways that we work together. In doing that, I don't know. It's just when I saw that comment made to a fellow podcaster, I was just like, come on, folks. That's low-hanging fruit, cheap shot. Yes, we all do it, but we come together on our shows with the intention of entertaining our audience, number one, and also having a good time for ourselves and really discussing our shows. That's all I can say about that. You know me. I just thought we get my 2 cents, but I stand with all my folks out there. And I did, of course, I didn't name everybody in the world. There's many more podcasts. The ones I mentioned, follow them, check them out. Like I said, you'll find the right people and right, there's Such a Square Circle, Dark Side of the Bay. I mean, it's all, there's more and more and more and more. Sisters in General. Like I'm trying to get, there's so many different other ones. I mean, like I said, all of mine. This is GLJ Media, of course. All my podcasts. It's check them out. Some of them are audio, some of them are audio and video, some of them are video. Check them out, see which ones work for you. I'm sure you'll find some that work for you if you're not working already. And if you are already following the ones you want to follow, really support them. Hit those like buttons, hit the follow buttons, hit the subscribe buttons. Sometimes a lot of times rating the podcast help the podcast move up and out more. Commenting on podcasts, it's a good thing too. Get the engagement going. If someone tweets it out or puts it on Instagram or reshare it, share it with your people too. Whether they listen to it or not or watch it or not, still share it. Keep the name out there. It takes 2 seconds to do that. Support your people. You support them. I'm James Lott Jr. Daytime Today is all over the place. It's on every streaming service platform. It's on all audio streaming things. It's on all social media networks. I'll see you next time.